Furman V, Georgia. Can you tell me what happened on that day in 1976?
Well, I was robbing a house in Georgia, and right in the middle of it, the guy living there woke up. I panicked when I was trying to escape the house, and I ended up tripping and the gun went off. I ended up killing the guy who lived there. They convicted me for murder, but I never ended up getting the death penalty. Thank God.
So would you say that you had any rights violated from being sentenced to the death penalty even if they didn't carry out the sentence?
Well, yeah, I believe that my 8th Amendment rights were being violated. The 8th Amendment says that there should be no cruel or unusual punishment. I think you could say that getting the death penalty from voluntary manslaughter could be considered cruel and unusual. I didn't mean to shoot the guy. Sometimes people trip, you know? I mean, yeah, I was robbing the guy, but if he hadn't died, I would have gotten a much less severe sentence. Also, the 14th Amendment says that citizens get equal protection under the law. I think that contradicts the death penalty. I deserve my rights.
So what you're telling me is that you believe that the death penalty is unconstitutional?
Absolutely! Don't you think that life imprisonment should be a good enough punishment to serve criminal justice? I don't think being put to death is exactly suited to human dignity. Also, it's easy to notice that poor people and people of color get sentenced to the death penalty more often than wealthy people and white people, even if they did the same crime.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Furman. Now, Chief Justice Berger, although you were outvoted, why do you believe that Mr. Furman should have been sentenced to death?
Well, to put it simply, I really don't believe that courts should challenge legislative judgments about the desirability and effectiveness of punishments. I mean, shouldn't the death penalty be a matter for people to decide through legislature? The court should not be an emotional or sentimental place. It's for making fair and thorough decisions. Taking another person's life, whether it's accidental or not, it's a crime that should be punishable by death.
So what exactly was the outcome of this court case?
Unfortunately, the 4 other justices and I who ruled against the majority opinion did not get our way. The outcome was a 5-4 vote, and the death penalty was changed for current state criminal codes. Now, don't get me wrong, the death penalty is still out there. The Supreme Court ruled that the death sentence is not unconstitutional, but the procedures and applications practiced by the states most certainly are.
How would you say that this case impacts Americans today and possibly the future?
Let's see. I do know that this case forced the states and the United States Congress to rethink their laws for capital offenses to make sure that the death penalty wouldn't be administered in a random or discriminatory way. I mean, 4 years after the case, there were already 39 states with new laws that concerned arbitrary impositions of the death penalty. You could say that this case became the deciding factor for what is considered cruel and unusual punishment, and also what may be considered unconstitutional. The American people have the Furman V. Georgia case to thank for all the new laws protecting their constitutional rights when it comes to the death penalty and what is considered cruel and unusual